Hey, this is Russ. Time for a knee update. It's now 14 months after my initial knee surgery. My left knee, yes, September 19, 2019 was my surgery date. Here it is in November now. And so I figured I'd give you an update. So to do this properly, I did a photograph of my knee. I'll put a photo, I'll take myself off screen here, but put photo up here. All right, so this is what my knee looked like in September of this year, and a couple months later, in November, this is what my knee looked like. Now, you might look at this and say, hey, it gotten swollen, but it really isn't. I think this photo is just slightly larger on the November side, and so it makes it look like it's more swollen, but it really is not. But what I wanted you to see, though, was I had mentioned before that my scar seems to be a little less dark. Now, if you look at it closely, I think you'll agree it is slightly less dark than it was in September. So I'm hoping that eventually that fades off. Now, you see the bottom part of the scar. You really don't see that bloodline there, but you do see it on the top. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm going to guess that maybe it's because you massage that more than you massage the bottom part of your knee, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that causes that to happen. I have no idea. I'm hoping in time that darkness will go away, and then you won't notice the scar as much, right? But you will know that compared to my, I hate to say good knee because I know my right knee is not that great either, but let's say my non-operated knee, the left knee looks bigger, and it is. Yeah, it doesn't have that same slimmer look where you can see the kneecap and all that. It's kind of big and rounded. I don't know if yours looks like that. If yours is, let me know in the comments below. Oh, let me put a quick plug too. I put a video out asking if you guys would like to join me and tell me a little bit about your story so we can tell others how your progress is doing. So far to date, I haven't had anybody do that. If we don't get anybody, I'll just drop the idea, but I think it would be a good idea to do it. So I'll put a link up here so you can see that video again if you've missed it. If you would like to join in and let us all know how you're doing, I think that would be good. But anyways, back to my knee. That's more important, right? Okay, back to my knee. My knee, I've had people ask me either through email or through messages on the videos, how am I actually doing after all this time? And some of you are new. I know that you've just joined us and you may not be watching all of the older videos. So let me do a real fast update because I really feel bad doing the updates because I know that the guys that have been with me the longest is saying, oh, he's going to say the same stuff again. But let me just do a real quick one, okay? I had 2 MUAs, one about a month after the surgery and another one after the surgery. I had, what else did I have? I had radiation done on my knee as well. And that was supposed to kill off any bone spurs that might be there, whatever. That was done right after my MUA. So my flexion was pretty bad. In the first month, I was in the mid-70s, something like that. After the MUA, I had about the 90, low 90s. Then after the second MUA, and under lots of pushing, I finally hit 130 degrees at physical therapy about almost 6 months into it, okay? COVID-19 hit, I had to leave physical therapy, and ever since then, I've been on my own. And I have gone back, and I have visited my physical therapist, as I told them that I would come back once I would be able to walk on my own. And so I did go back just about a week or two ago to say hi and bye to them because I never got a chance to say goodbye to them. I'll see them again, I'm sure, in time. And once that left knee happens, the right knee happens, I'll have to go back in there again anyway. So they're going to get me again. But so that's the quick recap. Okay, so how am I actually doing today? That's what really people wanted to know. I'm walking without the cane, finally. I was actually on a walker for, I don't know, how long was that thing? 4 months, maybe, something like that. I was on the cane from that point until about a month or so ago. Yeah, I've been using the cane that whole time. To this day, I still use the cane, okay? Going up and down the stairs, I usually have the cane with me. In the house, I try my best now not to walk with the cane. So more and more, I am not walking with the cane at all. That doesn't mean I'm walking well, okay? I still look like I'm hobbling along. So I'm not perfect, but I have more steadiness. And I have gone outside without the cane. So if I go to Costco, I will walk from the car to the Costco entrance and I'll grab a shopping cart. And of course, that's what supports me for the rest of the time at Costco. And then I'll put away the cart and I'll walk to the car without the cane. So at times you will see me with the cane too, because if I don't feel good that day or I don't feel like I trust myself, I'll bring it with me. But again, the cane sits in the cart while you're pushing the cart, so it's only to get you from the cart area to the car. All right, and I always do park in the handicap parking. That is the one benefit of having a handicap. You get better parking, okay? But I do need that. I don't really want to walk, a whole city block away to get to my car, all right? And Costco can get kind of busy. So I am walking better, but not perfect. I am more confident without the cane, okay? The knee, it looks about the same to me, although it looks more puffed up on this thing, but it isn't. I assure you it's not puffed up. It's just bad angles or something. The scar is less dark, but it's still there. I did an extension and a flexion measurement as well. Now I'm going to show you the flexion first. So here's what I typically do. I will sit on my recumbent bike and then bend my knee back as best I can and push down on it. All right, so I'm kind of leaning forward on it the best I can. That's why I'm holding on to the thing. And I can feel it tightening up. Okay, so I'm probably at the maximum without pushing to the point where I'm like falling over or something like that. And I measure it by putting the photo up on my computer monitor and then putting a goniometer against it and then estimating where my ankle bone is and where my hip bone is, all right, and putting the bend point where I think it should be, because again, nobody really knows. I've never done it professionally. But this time I'm measuring 118 degrees, okay? Now, I believe I can do 120 with the Jazz unit, okay? That's how I've been measuring it on the Jazz unit. But this kind of shows me that even without the Jazz, but at least kind of pushing down some pressure with my foot on the ground, sitting on the recumbent bike, I'm hitting 118. So I'm going to call my flexion at 118 to 120 now, all right? And when I did push a little bit harder, I could feel it tighten up on my knee. So it's probably a good way of saying I'm 118 to 120 at this point, all right? That's better than we did the last time I showed you when I did the same type of measurement. I was at 105 before having the Jazz units back at my disposal. So has the Jazz units worked for me? And the answer is yes, it has. It's brought me from 105 now to 118 to 120. Okay. So you do revert backwards. I do know that because I was at 130 at one time under screaming, okay, and at about 120 on my own at physical therapy after they warmed me up. Now, I'm not warmed up when I did this bend. I just said, okay, I got to take this measurement. So I went over to the recumbent bike, sat down, and bent it, and I'm already at 118. So if I was working out on it, would I be more than 120? Maybe. Maybe, because this is like straight from having done no exercises the whole day and just going in and doing it. So maybe, but I'm going to be conservative and say I'm at 118 to 120. Now I did the same thing for extension. Sorry for the dirty looking messing things. My pants and everything are on the chair. I'm looking over at the recumbent bike as I'm talking to you. But forgive all that mess, okay? I stood up, took my pants down, and did my best for the measurement, okay? And you can't, unless I do this exactly from a distance and, I have my ankle bone in there and my hip bone in there so I can measure exactly. I can't back up that far. I've got tables in front of me and my office space here is kind of cramped with everything from music recording things to this video stuff. So I says, okay, I'm just going to estimate, all right? And based on my estimation of where I think the hip bone is and where I think the ankle bone is, putting the goniometer on the monitor again, I measure about 10 degrees. Now, that would basically tell me the extension did not go any better than I thought it would. Now, the initial hope that Jazz had was that it would improve my extension. Now, I feel it has given me a little bit more. Now, it could be that my extension measurement is just off because we don't know exactly where that ankle bone is. We don't know exactly where that hip bone is. I feel it is about 8 degrees to 10 degrees. So we're talking a 2-degree difference. But my measurement from my rudimentary, terrible way of measuring it comes out to 10 degrees. And that's what I estimated last time. So to be conservative, I would say no. I'm not getting a whole lot of improvement in the extension. All right. So did the Jazz unit help? If you go on this lousy measurement, the answer would be no. If you go on based on how do I feel when I'm walking and whatever, my answer would be yes. So I'm still thinking there's a 2-degree error in my own measurement that I can't measure. I think I need an actual professional to measure it for me. I really feel that way. Maybe one day I can walk into the physical therapy place and ask them if they would just do me a favor and let me sit on that table and do a quick measurement for me. Probably charge me like $50 or something for it. No, I don't really think it matters that much. If it's 8 or 10, it is whatever how I feel it is. And I think at this point, I feel it's slightly better. But my flexion has improved better, I think, than my extension. I'm really nervous whether that extension will go past 8 degrees, really. My gut feel is it won't, but the guys at Jazz feel that it might. So we're going to keep at it. Now, what do I do on a daily basis? I am on the Jazz units every single day. All right. How long? I would say anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes per session. I was doing full 30-minute sessions for a while, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm probably between 10 to 30 minute sessions, 3 times sessions. And that's for the extension, and for the flexion, I probably do 2 sessions on average because I don't really need as much of that help at this point. And I do about maybe 15 to 20 minute sessions on those because I'm pushing in pretty hefty on that now. They did make a modification to my unit so that it can push me more than a standard Jazz unit can do. All right, so I am kind of lucky in that sense. And I'm getting about 118 to 120 degrees. So yeah, that's definitely helped. So I do that. Do I do my exercises? Not that much. Not that much. And I feel bad to report that I haven't done that much in the last couple months. I do need to do more of it. I know that. I think I'll do the stair thing again. Watch my video on how I do the exercises. I think I'll do more of the stair thing because I need to bend it more. But I do know I'm getting pretty decent bend now. So maybe that's the reason why I'm not doing as much exercising on that as I should. I'm not on the recumbent bike that much lately. I think I need to do that more too before I can't do it. But based on the flexion I have, there's really no problem. I can do full rotations on that with no issue. But again, keeping your leg moving is important. So I think I will have to work a little bit more on that. Other than that, I don't feel pain really. I don't have tingly pains or anything like that, like the nerve system or anything like that was doing that in the past. I don't seem to have that hardly at all. Maybe once in a blue moon I'll feel a little tinge, but other than that seems to have gone away. I don't hurt on a daily basis unless I'm bending real hard or something like that. I don't have any real normal pain anymore, but that doesn't mean that I don't feel it. I feel it every day. When I stand up immediately, I can pretty much start walking right away. I don't have to wait until it stabilizes itself. But every time I sit and bend right away, I can feel, that the knee is not perfect. And same thing when I stand. So yeah, it's noticeable, but is it painful? No. I would not call it pain, but it's just irritating that it's not perfect, right? Can't walk perfect either. So that is my report to you. Sorry I was so long-winded about it, but that is where I'm at. So I will continue to keep doing these updates to let you know how I'm doing. So for those who wonder, does this get better? I would say yes, it does, considering how bad mine was and how long it's taken and the fact that I'm still working on it. There's hope. All right. If you don't give up, there's still hope. I don't want you guys to ever give up. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this stuff, but I'm saying if I had given up, yeah, I'd be about 90 degrees, 90 to 100 best. Okay. But I'm not giving up. I'm still doing it. The pain is no longer there, so it's not really a hassle. What I do is when I sit in bending the thing, I'm kind of on a recliner chair. I lift my leg up on another chair, and we sit there and we watch television. That's really about all we can do. I mean, there's not a much, and I'm on the computer too. I'm on my laptop at that time, and so I'm answering whatever questions people have or doing whatever. But yeah, I'm just kind of relaxing with it. It's not painful when I do the jazz things. I don't hurt from that at all. I will say this, that, you know, when I'm pushing on the jazz unit to the maximum level now, with the new extension of the unit, the jazz guys, if they're watching the video, they'll know what I'm talking about. The things that you guys did lately, okay, to make my flexion unit go more. The top of my quads gets pushed down pretty hard from the jazz unit. That's the reason why I can't do a full 30 minutes anymore with that thing, because it's not the bending of the knee that's stopping me from doing 30 minutes. It's the extra pressure of pushing down against your thigh and against your shin bone. It's that pressure that forces me to stop. So it's not the hurting of the knee; it's the hurting of the quad muscle being pushed. It's like it's trying to constrict a little bit or whatever it's doing, and then something's pushing down on it, right? So eventually you have to let up on that. So if it wasn't for that, yeah, I could probably do a full 30 minutes because the knee part's not hurting at all. So the pain there is not really there anymore. Okay, not like how we know knee pain to be. So at least know this, that eventually what you feel in your knees now, that pain's going to go away. It might take a while. It might take you a year. Like me, it took me a while. But it's gone, really. It's just stiff, but it's the actual ouch, it really hurts. That part's gone. Good news in that sense, right? A little bit of hope for you guys. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as usual. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers very, very soon. I think we're at 840, something like that. So maybe another 160 more of you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's hit that 1,000. That'd be kind of cool. Talk to you guys next time.